Hey folks, want to jump on here and shoot a quick podcast episode. This one's going to be on Claude Code. I've been seeing it seemingly everywhere, whether that be on LinkedIn or podcast. Not going to lie, a few times over on Instagram as well. So let's get into things. We'll start off over on ChatGPT. Claude Code is a developer tool from Anthropic that lets you use Claude AI directly inside coding workflow. Usually from the terminal or editor to read, write, edit, and reason about code across the entire project. What Claude Code is essentially an AI coding agent that can read your whole code base, understand project structure, write or refactor code, run commands / tests, fix bugs, generate documentation, or explain complex code. It works similarly to tools like GitHub Copilot, Cursor, OpenAI Codex. But Claude Code is designed more like a terminal-based autonomous coding assistant rather than just autocomplete. Typical capabilities: number one, understands your whole repo. You can ask things like, explain how authentication works in this repo. Claude will scan multiple files and explain the architecture. Number two, writes or edits code. Example, add Redis caching to the API layer. Claude can modify files, create new files, update imports, adjust config. Number three, debugging. Example, tests are failing in payment. This is a full stop, or some people know it as a period. Tests, full stop or period, TS, and then has a, one sec. A dash, which I was going to say, but thought I'd pause. Fix them. Claude can run tests, analyze errors, patch the code. Number four, large refactors. Example, convert this project from JavaScript to TypeScript. It can perform multi-file refactors across the repo. Example workflow, typical CLI session, and then it has another symbol, bash. Claude, as you can tell, I'm not a technical founder. Then you prompt, summarize this repository, add rate limiting middleware, refactor the database layer to use pre-smart, although I am trying to build a few things in the background, but Claude reads the repo and proposes changes. Why developers like it: key strengths, very strong code reasoning, handles large contexts, big repos, good at architectural explanations, safer edits than simple autocomplete. Claude models are widely used for coding because they are good at debugging, reading long files, multi-file reasoning requirements. Usually you need Node.js Anthropic API key. Install via npm or CLI. Example, this is a bracket simplified M bracket. It has a symbol and it says bash npm install -g at anthropic -ai /Claude code. In short, Claude Code is a terminal-based AI software engineer powered by Claude models that can understand and modify an entire code base. I want to get into why it's so important. And I've heard different titles saying this will end the whole AI bubble. For those of you who don't know, AI is artificial intelligence. We went over a lot of complex things there for people that aren't engineers, or even those that are. So when people say AI tools like Claude Code, GitHub Copilot, or Cursor make developers, quote, 10x faster, end quote, they usually don't mean literally 10 times faster at typing code. They mean overall productivity increases dramatically because AI handles many tasks that normally take hours. Why developers say, quote, 10x faster, end quote. Number one, boilerplate code is instant. Normally developers spend lots of time writing repetitive setup code. Example, without AI, set up API routes, which we discussed the other day. Write validation, create database models, write tests. With AI, create a REST or REST API for a to-do app using Express and PostgreSQL. AI generates the entire structure in seconds. Result, 1 to 2 hours is now 30 seconds of work. Number two, or 30 seconds. doesn't say work, so maybe we'll take that back, but 1 to 2 hours, 30 seconds. Number 2, debugging is much faster. Instead of manually investigating errors, you can paste an error like type error, cannot read property, and then, one sec. Apostrophe, just double checking, map, apostrophe of undefined. AI can explain the issue, locate the bug, suggest a fix. This can reduce debugging time from 30 to 60 minutes to 2 to 5 minutes. 3, understanding large code bases. If you join a new project, understanding the architecture can take days. Tools like Claude Code can scan the repository and answer, quote, how does this authentication work, end quote. Quote, where is payment processing implemented, end quote. Quote, which services use Redis, end quote. This turns 2 to 3 days of exploration into a few minutes. Number 4, refactoring across many files. Example request, convert this project from JavaScript to TypeScript. AI can update imports, types, configs, functions. Something that normally takes hours or days becomes minutes. Number 5, writing tests automatically. You can ask, write unit tests for this service. AI generates test cases, mocks, edge cases. Developers only review and adjust. Where the, quote, 10x, end quote, really happens, the biggest speed gain comes from idea to prototype speed. Example, without AI, idea, research, write code, debug, test, time 1 to 2 days. With AI tools like Claude, describe the app, AI generates structure, you refine, time 1 to 2 hours. Which is just kind of crazy to think someone getting into the startup space these days, the speed of building, and it would just be fascinating to see where it's all going to go. Important reality check. Good developers say AI makes them 2x to 5x faster consistently, 10x faster for certain tasks, but AI still needs human supervision because it can introduce bugs, misunderstand requirements, generate inefficient code. Simple summary, quote, 10x faster, end quote, really means AI removes most of the boring parts of programming, so developers spend more time thinking and less time typing. Here's a realist example of, we may not get into this too much, but here's a realist example of how developers use AI tools like Claude Code with the Claude to build a working app in about 5 minutes. Example, build a full web app in approximately 5 minutes. Step 1, describe the app. A developer starts the CLI and gives a simple prompt, bash, where there's a symbol. I've never seen this before, let me just double check. It's come up a few times now. One moment, bear with me. Okay, we'll move on. But the symbol generally represents a closing tag in markup languages like HTML or XML, signifying the end of an element, e.g., and then a reaction. Okay, let's continue. A closing tag, a HTML or /XML closing tag, used to close an element such as. I really am not a technical founder, but nonetheless, we will continue. I'm learning. So bash, Claude, then type, and then it says typing, plain text, opening or closing, plain text, build simple to do web app with React frontend node.js or full stop or period, Express API, SQL, database or SQLite database, code operations. AI analyzes the request and generates a project structure automatically. Example structure, to do app, / and then it has something going on here, server /index.js, JS, routes.js, db.js, client/app.jsx, component/package.js, readme.md. Time approximately 30 seconds. Step 2, generate backend API. You can ask open an HTML or XML, plain text, create REST endpoints for to-dos. AI writes something like, again, open on HTML or XML, JavaScript app, full stop or .get, and then it has a long thing which we'll talk about. There's an apostrophe, and then it says /to-dos apostrophe, comma. I feel like I'm just reading out the language, so we'll continue. Endpoints generate, get /to-dos, post /to-dos, put /to-dos, and then colon. Need some more food today. ID delete /to-dos /colon ID time approximately 20 seconds. Number 3, generate the React front end, and there's a prompt AI generates. It also create add to-do form, delete button, basic styling, time approximately 30 seconds. 4, add database automatically, prompt AI generates, and database connection code approximately 10 seconds. Step 5, run the app. Claude suggests commands, open. Now you have full stack app, database, API, front end. Total human typing approximately 5 prompts. Why this feels, quote, 10x faster, end quote. Before AI, task, project setup, time 30 to 60 minutes. Backend API 1 to 2 hours. Front end UI 1 to 2 hours. Database setup 30 minutes. Total 35 hours. With AI, total is approximately 5 minutes. Where humans still matter. Developers still need to design architecture, review AI code, optimize performance, handle security. AI is more like a superpowered junior developer. Best developers in 2026 work like this: human, then ideas, architecture, decisions, AI, code generations, debugging, refactors. Very interesting. Building full SaaS startups in 1 to 2 days using AI. Fascinating. Building a full SaaS software as a service product much faster is one of the main ways developers use tools like Claude Code, Cursor, and GitHub Pilot with models such as Claude. Below is a realistic, quote, AI-assisted SaaS workflow, end quote. Many indie founders follow in 2025, 2026. We'll keep this under 15 minutes. Example, build a full SaaS in 1 to 2 days. Example, SaaS idea, AI meeting note summarizer. Features, user accounts, upload audio, AI summary, dashboard, payments, subscription plans. Number 1, generate the entire app structure, prompt AI to, and then there's just some instructions, or I think that would be code. Build a SaaS app with Next.js frontend, Node.js API, PostgreSQL, authentication, Stripe payments, dashboard, UI. AI generates a full project like SaaS -app /app /dashboard /login /API component /database /Stripe /auth auth which I believe that's authentication. Time 5 to 10 minutes. Number 2, add authentication. Instead of building auth manually, developers use services like Clerk, Auto, Supabase. First time hearing about that one. Prompt example. Add Clerk authentication to the project. The reason why I'm a bit of humor there is I do like music, so add Clerk authentication, bit of house music, excuse me. Add Clerk authentication to the project. AI installs packages and configures login /sign up pages. Time 10 minutes. Number 3, add payments. Bracket Stripe, end bracket, we'll stop at the brackets. Most SaaS businesses charge subscription using Stripe. Prompt, add Stripe subscription with 3 pricing tiers. We're in 14 minutes. AI creates pricing page, checkout session, webhook handlers, subscription database fields. Example, plan starter pro, team, price $9 a month, $29 a month, $79 a month. Time 15 minutes. 4, build a core feature, and then says number 5, deploy the SaaS. Final result in 1 to 2 days. You have a live website, login /sign up, dashboard, database, AI feature, subscription payments, hosts online. Example, indie SaaS revenue. Many solo founders build small SaaS apps. Users, 100 users, 500 users, 2,000 users, monthly revenue. 100 users, $900 per month. 500 users, $4,500 per month. 2,000 users, $18,000 per month. Some reach 10K to 50K / month with tiny teams. By the way, I don't know anyone that comes to mind that does this at the moment, so I thought I'd just mention that. Typical AI founder stack 2026, common tools, coding, Claude Code, Cursor. Or maybe I do, but no one just comes top of mind. Just 15 minutes. Coding, Claude Code, Cursor, which I talked about, front end, Next.js, back end, Superbase, payment, Stripe, hosting, Versal. The big shift is happening right now. Before AI, startups needed teams of engineers. Now one person plus AI can build a full startup. I suppose that's the one big thing or about Claude Code, excuse me. Like I said, I haven't had lunch yet, so let's grab some now. Grab some food. One big thing that makes Claude Code different from most AI coding tools, it can understand and work with entire code base at once. Most AI coding tools only see one file or a small snippet. Claude Code is designed to read and reason across the whole depository. What this means in practice, instead of asking AI about one file, you can ask something much bigger. Claude Code, can scan dozens or hundreds of files, follow imports and dependencies, understand architecture, explain how everything connects. Example of the power, imagine a large project like this. You can say Claude Code can, number 1, find every API route. Number 2, identify middleware layers. Number 3, add the rate limiter. Number 4, update imports. Number 5, modify multiple files safely. This type of multi-file change, just over 15, I'm sure it's okay, used to take developers hours. Another example, massive refactor prompt. Claude Code can update hundreds of files and add types, adjust configs, fix imports, update, build tools. That's something typical assistants like GitHub Copilot struggle with. Because they mainly do line-by-line suggestions. Why this is a big deal? Modern software projects can have 10,000 plus lines of code, hundreds of files, complex dependencies. Claude Code acts more like a junior software engineer reading the whole repo, not just an autocomplete tool. Simple summary, most AI coding tools equals smart autocomplete. Claude Code equals AI that understands and edits the entire project. One sec. There is a great podcast out there called the AI Daily Brief. So I don't want to overstep too much. I just thought I'd talk about this. We are over 15, but I think this matters. Excuse me. The whole code-based capability of tools like Claude Code matters for the quote AI bubble end quote debate because it's evidence people use to argue whether the AI boom is hype or real economic transformation. Let's break it down. Number 1, if AI truly multiplies productivity, the boom is not a bubble. A bubble happens when valuations grow but real productivity doesn't. Example, the dot-com bubble, many companies had big valuations but no real product or revenue. AI tools like Claude Code suggest something different. Developers build software faster, startups launch quicker, teams become smaller, costs drop dramatically. That means real economic productivity increases, which supports the argument that the AI boom is not purely hype. Number 2, AI attacks the biggest cost in tech, engineering. For most tech companies, the biggest expense is software engineers. Typical salaries, I'm going to say this is USD, is $120K USD to $300K per engineer. If AI tools, in AUD that would be... One sec, 120K USD, 120,000 United States dollars equals 170,000 Australian dollars. And then 300K United States dollars equals 424,000, Australian dollar per engineer. So 120K to 300K USD per engineer. If AI tools like Claude Code Cursor, GitHub, Copilot make engineers 2 to 10 times or 2 to 10x more productive than startups need fewer engineers. Companies build faster or build products faster, margins increase. That's real economic impact, not just speculation. Number 3, the supply of software explodes. When software, I'm going to stop for lunch in a sec. Number 3, the supply of software explodes. When software becomes easier to build, more startups launch, more products exist, more experiments happen. Example, Shift, before AI, team of 5 engineers. After AI, 1 to 2 people plus AI. Before AI, 6 months to build MVP. After AI, 1 to 2 weeks. Before AI, 500k startup cost. After AI, greater than 50k or less than 50k. I wish that was off the top of my mind, but then again, I probably need approximately. Sorry for all this talk about lunch. Probably hungry listening to it. Less than 50k initial startup cost, so it's great. This massively increases innovation velocity. Number 4, but it also feeds bubble behavior. Ironically, the same productivity gains also fuel speculation. Investors see Claude and think AI, quote, AI will transform every industry, end quote. So capital floods into AI startups, AI infrastructure, GPU companies, model builders. That's why companies like NVIDIA and OpenAI saw massive investment growth. Number 5, the real question behind the quote, AI bubble, end quote. The key debate is, are AI tools creating durable productivity gains? If yes, the boom is likely the internet boom. If no, it becomes another speculative bubble. The nuanced reality, most economists view, many analysts think AI is real technological progress, but valuations may still be overheated. This means the situation could resemble the internet era. Number 1, big hype and investment. Number 2, some companies collapse. Number 3, technology still reshapes the world. Just like after the dot-com crash, the internet still produced giants like Amazon and Google. Simple summary, tools like Claude Code matter because they show AI can produce real productivity gains, which is the strongest argument that the AI boom might just be more than a bubble. I think that's it. I wanted to talk about that bit at the end. But yeah, the one big takeaway for me is Claude Code can do things 10x faster. Thanks for listening, folks. Yeah. Or companies like Claude Code, I think can do 10x, things 10x faster. Thanks for listening, folks. Have a wonderful rest of your day.